Kiambu County is a classical example of a failed county. Because why should you fight unions? Unions are legal entities. Even in the Constitution, Article 41 recognizes unions and says that every worker has a right to form, join, and participate in all activities of a trade union. Last year, Kiambu County decided to stop all union deductions. What does that mean? They don't want unions to have membership in that county. We have written a lot of letters that they have failed to respond to. And today, we are telling Governor Wamatangi that you have called for war and you are going to get it. Next week,
the war is coming.
Next week, we are going to call for all healthcare cadres strike in Kiambu County. And we are going to paralyze everything. If that is what Governor Wamatangi wants, we will give him. And let him be warned. He cannot go the Waiguru way. You cannot go the Waiguru way. We are aware that you are being advised that that is the route that you should take. This country has laws, and you shall abide by those laws. Being a governor does not make you to be above the law.
As we've said, from next week, we're going to have a series of demonstrations to dramatize our frustrations, to join the people of Kiambu, to say that the power lies on them, that one individual that is born like all of us should not make life so difficult for everybody, that people continue dying and suffering. Because if the governor is the problem, the governor should go. If the CEC is the problem, the CEC should go. If the leaders who are elected are the problem, then they should go. And that's what we are going to explore as unions, to ensure that there's sanctity in the healthcare provision in Kiambu County, not only for the people of Kiambu, but for the entire country.
As I stand here, myself, I'm lost. I remember some times back in some of the media stations, I have appeared in some of the panel discussions with the governor of Kiambu. And we used to discuss governance matters. And it was very hard on the governors then and how they were treating their workers then. But now when he's the sitting governor of Kiambu, anything that can go wrong regarding workers is going wrong. He has even gone ahead to stop all union deductions and continues to threaten the workers that they must come out of the unions if they want to continue working for Kiambu County. Right now, there has been a strike for the doctors for the longest time. I think 100+ days now. And I think what we are saying is that there must get to a point, and we must be able to define that point, where if a county cannot be able to manage health services, then the health services are transferred back to the national government. Because it is the work of government to ensure that the citizens get the highest standards of health as detailed under Article 43 of the Constitution. It doesn't mean just because one of the people who are supposed to govern health are unable to, then the citizens in that area must suffer. And so we are saying that going forward, if these issues are not going to be addressed within the next 7 days, as the caucus we have made a resolution that we shall be giving a program of joint action that are going to culminate in a joint nationwide strike for all health workers. Because even other than the Kiambu County, Kirinyaga has even gone against a decree of the court and refused to have the workers go back to work. And this is something that is untenable. As we talk about Global Fund, April last year, One of the Global Fund staff, Gladys Rimui, who was working in Mombasa and who hails from Odhaya, fell into depression, and you remember that story, and she committed suicide and even took her daughter with her. And you wonder then, if these people have not been paid for 14 months, what else do they want to happen? Do they want half of them to die? Do they want all of them to fall into depression? So we need to agree. If the counties feel that they cannot be able to handle the health function, then I think it's time that they agree with us that we can have a health service commission so that we can be able to better manage health workers even under the counties, because we have given them a health service commission, a structure of a health service commission that respects the county government as defined in the constitution, but they refuse that option, yet on the other hand, they continue to contravene the rights of our members.
We are witnessing unprecedented times when a county government will rise to witness or to disregard the suffering of its people. The strike for doctors in Kiambu County today marks 126 days. It is 126 days not of doctor strikes, but 126 days of county strike. Because it is the county that has come out in all the manners of ways to ensure that the right things are not done to the doctors. And this is not limited to only doctors. It's also for the nurses. It's also for the clinical officers. That's why all these teams have agreed to issue notice next week to join the strike. They're not joining the strike in solidarity with doctors. They're joining the strike because the issues are affected in equal measures. We have just been leading the way. Because there's no way you can work in a county and your salary is not paid when exchequer is being released. There's no way you can work in a county and state-owned deductions are deducted and then they disappear in the thin air. There's no way you can work in the county when the hospital lacks drugs or the necessary support that should make the doctors see the patients. That's why we applaud the one brave and solitary action of the Ministry of Health to release or to redeploy all the interns from Kiambu County. We have the doctors have been deployed. We have the nurses have been redeployed. We have the clinical officers have been redeployed. So it means over 700 healthcare workers have been redeployed from Kiambu County to other counties just because of the arrogance of individuals in that county. While this is happening, Kiambu people, the residents of Kiambu are Kenyans, and they deserve healthcare just as all of us in all the 47 counties. And today, we want to tell His Excellency the President and the Minister of Health that Kiambu is just part of the country. That when Kiambu residents are left without services, those Kenyans are suffering. And he asks for intervention. The constitutions of Kenya actually views or envisions such a situation when governors or county leaders will become belligerent like today. And what happens is that at that point, healthcare will be taken back by national. We saw it here when the county government of Nairobi was not doing its job well. NMS was created and the people were not able to get the healthcare. We are asking, and we have seen the residents of Kiambu wallowing with frustrations, crying along the streets, and people are actually dying. If you need an emergency care in Kiambu today, you'll have to be transferred either by a broken ambulance or by any other means to get the care. We have seen these things in the news, and that's when the members of parliament react, that's when the Senate react. But we are telling you today, there's something that can be done. It is not right that because of the governor or the county government, people need to suffer. The residents of Kiambu have done a petition. 25,000 of them have signed a petition. And they're asking for help from the head of state. They're asking for help from the ministry. Because we only have one Ministry of Health in this country. And therefore we believe, based on the progressive report we've seen with the minister and with the government, and this is not in doubt, and you've seen that all these articles that we want to be implemented have been implemented by the ministry, so they need to run down on Kiambu County so that people of Kiambu can get the same health care that everyone else in the country is getting.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Caroline Mwaura, Treasurer, Central Branch. Mine is just to express disappointment with the leadership of Kiambu County, and particularly the women leaders. We have women leaders, we have MCAs, we have MPs, and they have chosen to remain mum. Even as their citizens cry, even as their citizens suffer, we have not seen them raise their voice. Yet we know very well that women and the children suffer most when there is such a crisis. Therefore, I'm very disappointed, and I want to echo what my colleagues have just said. Let us return Kiambu to national government, because there is no government in Kiambu County. They have decided to lock us out, and they have decided that health care is not important, that it is not a right in Kiambu County. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions?